You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it.
Good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Rankin, Mon Valley, Pittsburgh section of the National Council of Negro Women. My name is Delores Dupree, section president, and joining me is our first vice president, Alecia Gibbs. We thank all of you who have participated in our previous shows and hope that you will join us again today. You can call in and participate with us at 412-231-2288. And the number should appear on the screen shortly. Our topic today is Braddock's Walkway to Health. To discuss this topic, we have a special guest with us, Ms. Deborah Brown. Alecia will read her biography.
Yes, Deborah Brown, born in Braddock and having lived in North Versailles, North Braddock, Georgia, Maryland, and Germany, she always returns home. As she has journeyed through life sharing her infectious smile and personable and friendly demeanor, Deborah Brown sharpened her networking skills. With a degree in Human Service Administration and a certificate in elementary education from Chatham University, in addition to her career development background, Deborah Brown has an ability to see people's gifts and their strengths, and her flexible and supportive management style brings out the best in everyone. Deborah Brown, elected president of the East Borough NAACP in November of 2016, she continues to answer her natural calling and display her compassion and dedication to her community. Deborah Brown accepted the borough manager position in Braddock in May 2015 and hit the ground running. Her love of community has guided her as she notably accomplished the development of strategic plans for the borough, provision of summer programs for the youth, and the recent community walkway. Deborah Brown's vision for the borough is to improve the overall livelihood and instill a sense of pride in every Braddockian. I hope I said that correct, Braddockian. That's a new one. Deborah Brown is a lover of inspirational quotes, and her life is a true testament to Robert Collier's words, "Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out." Welcome to the program, Deborah.
Thank you so much for having me.
We also want to mention that Deborah is actually a Rankin, Mon Valley, Pittsburgh National Council of Negro Women member. Our section is full of ladies doing wonderful things, and we love it when we can highlight some of them. One of our main purposes of the program this evening is the community walkway that you developed. This actually satisfies two of the mandates that we have from the National. The first mandate is disseminating information about issues affecting African American women and their families. And the second mandate is promoting healthy lifestyles and behaviors through wellness projects. Welcome again.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. Thank you.
Now, can you discuss how the Braddock Walkway to Health concept originated? Like, who came up with the idea, et cetera?
Well, I can't take credit for the idea. This is a program that is being sponsored through the University of Pittsburgh, and because of my eyes, I'm not going to be able to see. University of Pittsburgh and the Center for Public Health Practices. And what they did Can I back up a little bit?
Sure.
Okay, I just want to say that I am very proud to be the manager of Braddock Borough. And I'd like to say that I have a wonderful staff who works with me and are very supportive, and that also my council is very supportive, because all of the projects and things that I bring to them, I always have to have their approval. And so they've been supportive in all of this. So when I approached them about this Walkway project, they were definitely all behind it. Again, I'm always looking for ways of getting monies and new programs into the Braddock Borough. And this was something that had come across my desk last year in 2016. And they were looking for affiliates. And when I say that, I say University of Pittsburgh and the Center for Public Health. We're looking for affiliates to join with them to encourage residents to walk. Now, I'm not really sure of when this all came about, but the University of Pittsburgh, or UPMC Pittsburgh, when it was located in Braddock, they did a study about some of the chronic illnesses that were in our area, in the Braddock area. And some of those illnesses were diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, and asthma. And they were encouraging our individuals to find other ways of increasing their activity. So I also work with the Mon Valley SHIP, and at the Mon Valley SHIP we do the same thing. We look for ways to encourage individuals to become active in the community at the most economical way, because again, we're working with individuals who may not have that ability to pay for a gym. Or if they're like me, you pay for the gym and then you don't go. So I've been known to do that. But the Walkway was an inexpensive way for us to develop an idea for not only residents to participate, but also for our local businesses to encourage their employees to be more active. Because I read an article, and I believe it was in the Pennsylvania State Boroughs magazine, that said we have such sedentary jobs that we never get up to move around. And we should make it a habit to every 10 minutes move our chair, get up, walk around the office or something, and then sit back down again. So getting back to the Walkway, University of Pittsburgh had requested that we develop a 1-mile walkway. Well, they had certain parameters, so we didn't get accepted for the affiliate program in 2016. So in January of this year, I received an email that said they were reconsidering our proposal. So I thought that was just absolutely wonderful that they would reconsider this proposal. So I talked with the members of our Mon Valley SHIP, and I know if I say names, I'll forget somebody. So those of you who worked with me, you know who you are. So forgive me if I don't say your name. But there were 4 of us that got together and developed the Walkway. We sat down, first of all, with the parameters that they gave us, that it had to be at least 1 mile, and it had to be a circular route. So again, if you know the area that we're in, there's a lot of hills sometimes. So we looked at the main street of Braddock, and then a block down from Braddock on Talbot Avenue, Washington Avenue. And so the 4 of us got together and did the walk. One of the other requirements was that it had to be a place where there was parking. So we chose the first Carnegie Library's parking lot. Braddock has the very first Carnegie Library, so that's one of our claims to fame, and that is one of our points of interest. So we started at Braddock Carnegie Library.
Well, since we have the Walkway, maybe we should show
Show
it
it.
while she's talking about it right
Okay.
now.
Sounds great.
Okay, can we show the walkway? There's a graphic of the walkway. Well, that's the pictures
Yeah.
of, okay.
There it is.
Okay.
Okay. So as you can see, it actually ended up being about 3 miles long
Okay.
because we have some auxiliary routes there. But the route through Braddock, it starts at the Braddock Carnegie Library as one point of interest. Takes you down past the Braddock Farms, through Mon Valley, Edgar Thompson Steel Mill, then walk past the steel mill, and it takes you back down along Washington Street, Talbot, for those who are familiar with Braddock. And because a lot of times the people that live on Talbot Avenue in Washington, they say that we never bring people down to Talbot Avenue. Mm-hmm. No one ever sees, everything's done up on Braddock Avenue. Mm-hmm. So we decided to do that, to bring it down onto Talbot and Washington. So it walks down, you walk down Talbot Avenue, and there's different little points of interest, like the Braddock Youth Project. They also did a little garden, so you walk past that garden. Then you go up to 4th Street and walk up 4th Street past 4 Kids. And Friday, we had our very first, we did our groundbreaking for the Civic Plaza. Mm-hmm. So where UPMC used to be, yes, we will now have a Civic Plaza. They're going to start working on that. We're hoping that that'll be a place where we have summer concerts, maybe do like they do at Shinley Park and have theater on a Friday or Saturday so that families can come out.
Nice.
Walks down Braddock Avenue, past the Free Store, past the Brew Gentleman, past Braddock Borough, and then on back to Braddock Carnegie Library. And that part of the route is 1.71 miles.
Oh, I was going to say, that's in a mile? Okay, 1.7, okay.
Yes, 1.7 miles. And I have to thank the University of Pittsburgh and the Center for Public Health Practices, because they gave us all our signs. And the signs tell you where the starts, what the point of interests are, when you've gotten to a half mile, 3/4 of a mile, quarter mile, and then the mile. And then there's mile markers along the way. So we have 7 signs that are up, compliments of University of Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
And I also want to say that my contacts there are Carol Reichbaum, I hope I said that right, Carol, and Amanda is the project coordinator for this program.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, did you say when it was set to begin?
Well, our grand opening, and I think there's a picture up there, on July 31st, we did the ribbon cutting. And we did our first.
Did you want us to show
set.
the pictures now?
Yeah.
Now we can show the pictures now. I know that you sent 3 pictures, so
Yes.
there should be 3 pictures that can come up.
So in this picture, there's myself and Tina Doucet, who's president of council.
Oh, okay.
Carol's in the red sweater there. Miss Davis, Miss Claire Davis, and I have 2 interns. There's Mamadou and Sammy, and then my data clerk, Renee Hilliard, are in that picture as we cut the ribbon for the walk.
Nice.
And then what we did
So you had the ribbon cutting already?
We did have the ribbon cutting,
okay.
and that was July 31st. And what we're doing, we're encouraging businesses, we're encouraging groups to sign up and develop a walk group. And then what we want to do is, if they let us know how many miles they've walked, we're having a contest, and who's walked the most miles, by October we have some prizes for them. So they can call the borough with that information.
Oh, okay. Did they show did the other 3 show, or just that one show?
They just showed one
Oh,
picture.
okay. Do you want to see the other 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we show the other 2 also? Thank you.
Okay, that's my clerical and my data assistant, data clerk assistant. And as you can see, it says, "Welcome to Historic Braddock" behind them. Oh. That's walking. And then those were my summer camp
Young
students.
ones.
Yep. So we had a group of young ones help also walk the walkway. And again, we want this to be a family type of event, and as well as businesses to participate in it.
Wow, okay. Now, okay, you said the University in Pittsburgh is involved. Did they come to you or did you go to them?
Well, they came to us.
That was
And
nice.
I was really surprised about that because, you know, I was thinking to myself, well, how did they find out about us? And I'm not really sure if Carol told me exactly how they found out about us, but I'm glad that they did, and I'm glad that they reached out to us. Some of the other things, just to say what I'm looking for in this walkway, again, is another way to beautify Braddock, another way of getting individuals to see that we are progressive. So some of the things that futuristically, I'm looking at putting some more benches out there so that when people walk, they have some place to rest. Using some perennials that are along the route, so that also marks the right way. Right now, we have little people. There's little green people in certain areas on the sidewalk, so people know that they're going in the right direction. And then what I'd also like to see is either a little obstacle course or an outdoor, pull-up bars and different things like that, so that as you're on the walk, you can stop and do some other physical things as well if you would like. So that's something that'll come along down the line, but that's what I'm looking to do. So not only can you still walk, at your nice pace, but if you want a little bit more physical activity, those are some of the things that we're looking at putting in the walkway.
That's very nice. Okay, so now you talked about the people who are going to participate in the program, all ages?
All ages. We're looking for families, we're looking for young people, we're looking for businesses to get their walking group together. We're looking for churches who, because a lot of the churches have a healthy living program that they do within the church. I even know some of the businesses have said they're doing a wellness. Oh, we have a call waiting.
Oh, thank you.
I just looked up and saw that. We have a call waiting.
Okay, caller, can you say your name and where you're calling from?
Hi, yes, my name is Angela, and I'm calling from Squirrel Hill.
Okay, hi Angela, how are you?
Good. I just had a question. I was wondering, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I was just wondering, will there be vendors and other informational packages out for the people, and will this be happening annually?
The walkway? Are you talking about the walkway that we were speaking of?
Yes, she may be saying like, how often will it occur? Will it occur like every day, every month, every week, or is it one-time thing?
Oh, well, we'd like for individuals to use the walkway on a regular basis. As far as vendors on the walkway, I would think that if we ever had our event, which we plan to have, I was going to talk about that later, but I'll talk about it now since you did ask about vendors. On, I think it's September, I'm not sure of the date. I think it was September 20th, but I'll get the exact date to you. We plan to have a 5K walk. And at this 5K walk, there might be some opportunities for vendors to be at the walk. What we want people to do, it's not a contest, it's not a race, it's not, at this point, it's not a fundraiser, but it can always become one. But again, it's just another way of getting people to know that we have this for them to use, and that it's available for everyone. So there's another call.
Okay, great question.
Yes, yes. Okay, we have another caller. Caller, can you say your name and where you're calling from?
Well, actually, I was cut off. I think I cut it off to listen to the answer. Yeah, my question was it going to be an annual expense to keep people's interest in walking and using the walkway? That was my question. I was hanging up to hear the answer, but I saw you ask me another question. But yeah, I did want to know whether you were going to do this every year to keep people's interest in the walkway. There will be informational packets given out to people so they can continue walking throughout the year until you have another annual walk.
Yes, yes, we do. We, again, like I said, we have registration information at the borough, and our borough number is 412-271-1018, and we have registration forms. We have other brochures to give individuals about the walkway, and we have the maps of the walk route. So we will periodically do things throughout the year, probably seasonal. During the winter, probably a lot of people will not use a walk, but you know, there are some people who do like to walk at those times as well. But we're trying to do everything we can, again, to promote this as an added or an addition to people's athletic practice, or if you want to start to lose some weight or some healthy living, because it's an easy thing to do and it doesn't cost you anything. And if you do it with a partner and you do it as a group, then the time it takes for you to get around the walk route is lessened.
Okay, and is there a registration fee?
No, ma'am. It doesn't cost anything to be a part of it. Not at all. Not at all.
Great.
And as a matter of fact, what we were saying is that we're looking at the top 3, either individuals or group, that turns in how many miles they've walked by October 31st, and we'll have a little prize for them.
Oh.
Yeah, give it a little competition.
Yes, well, thank you. I really enjoyed this show. I like the activities that the National Council of Negro Women participate in and sponsor. So, and these really uplifting. This program is very, very uplifting. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your call.
Well,
Awesome.
Great. And so now when you were speaking to the caller and you were answering her question, that brought to mind, it sounds like groups can register and say that this group is going to keep track of how many miles they walk during a certain period of time.
Exactly.
So is there going to be like a start date for sign up for that, or is it ongoing?
Well, at our grand opening, that's when we were saying that was the start date, July 31st. But it's ongoing. So most likely after our October 31st contest ends, if we'd like to keep it going, if individuals want us to keep it going, we will definitely keep it going. And we could do something maybe quarterly. But I'm willing for anyone's ideas, call in and let me know how you want to handle that. We'll do it. If it's going to get the walkway used, whatever we need to do, we can do.
Great. So individuals and groups can then contact you and come and register to be part of this.
Yes.
The other question would be, are you encouraging walking and running, or just walking during the walk on the walkway?
Well, that depends. That's up to the individual.
Okay.
I'm not going to be running.
Okay.
I will be walking.
Okay.
I will be walking. But if the individuals would like to run that route, again, they can. And then that little extension that we have gives them a little bit of an elevation.
Sure.
There was, I don't know if when the map was up, you saw that there was like a little red line.
Yes.
So that one goes, if anyone's familiar with Braddock, it goes up 6th Street, then up Margaretta to Moody, and then down to Parker, back to the parking lot. So there's a little bit of an elevation there, so it could get that heart pumping if you want that.
Great, great.
Now, you're not providing T-shirts or anything, right? Everybody just come as you are, come as you wish.
Well, you know, we do have some T-shirts available. and I'll put this plug in there, but that's for the Friends of Braddock. And what we're looking to do is we want individuals to help us with the Civic Plaza. So we want individuals to help us either help us maintain, help us with different ideas and different activities to help with the Civic Plaza. So we have a Friends of the Park registration. And also, if you go to our website, the Braddock Borough website, which I should have told them to put up, but it is www.braddockborough.com. There is a place where you can sign up to participate in being Friends of the Park, participate in community days if you want to be part of that, if you want to be part of our holiday program, any way that you want to volunteer with the borough, you can go to our website and you can fill that information out, and then someone will contact you. And if you do that, then you could get a t-shirt.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Looks like we have another call on the line. Caller, will you say your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, this is Lou. I'm calling from East Liberty.
Hi, Lou. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just had a question. Are any churches or ministers involved in the endeavor so far?
And yes, as a matter of fact, Reverend, again, I hate to say names because then if I leave somebody out, then they get upset with me. But Reverend Arlene Walker is part of the Mon Valley Ship. I'm in close contact with Reverend Friedman, Reverend Wingfield, Reverend Alston, and then Father Al at Good Shepherd Church.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yes.
And just something else, and I don't know if you can answer this, but I understand there's a new restaurant in Braddock. Is that true?
Yes, sir. There's a couple of new restaurants in Braddock.
And are they on Braddock Avenue?
Yes, they are. Would you like for me to tell you who they are? I will tell you. I will tell you. We have a restaurant that as soon as you come off of the Rankin Bridge, it's called Peppers and That.
Okay.
As soon as you come off of the Rankin Bridge, we
Yeah.
we have a Aunt Cheryl's Cafe, and she's right across the street from the Braddock Carnegie Library on Library Street. And then the last one that just opened is called Superior Motors, and it is down going towards the steel mill.
Okay.
And I've had the pleasure of eating at all three.
Okay, and I was just wondering, how come the rental fee for the storefronts on Braddock Avenue are so high?
Now that depends upon what, well, I'll just say this. There are some storefronts, they're all privately owned, so they set their own price. That's basically all that I can say about that. I don't have any control over what they charge for their space.
Okay, and one more question I have. I know McKeesport and Braddock were trying to get a contract to grow marijuana.
Yes, sir.
And I had read an article in the Post-Gazette. I really thought Braddock was going to win.
So
and
did
a couple
we.
weeks ago, I looked in the paper, McKeesport had won.
Yes. Wah, wah. Well, we also were very devastated. But, you know, I mean, it's a good boost in the arm for McKeesport. And, you know, what can I say? Maybe there will be an opportunity for us to try again. So I'm looking forward to that if that's a possibility.
Okay. And just one thing, because I tuned in late.
Yes, sir.
Could you tell me the area the walkway will cover?
Well, it's 1.17 miles, and it covers Braddock Avenue, Talbot Avenue, and Washington Avenue, and then back up to Braddock Avenue.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome,
Thank you for your
sir.
call. I thought he was going to say something else when he said about the restaurant. I thought he was going to say, are you going to have stops in the restaurant? Or but thank you for your call. Oh, boy. Now, Are you advising individuals to check with their doctors before they do the run, or do you expect them to just know, that if you're not healthy enough, don't try it?
Well, the one thing that we've said, now, I haven't, so I'll be honest with you, I haven't. But the one thing that we are telling people is that you do what you can do. If you can only do a quarter mile, then you do the quarter mile. You do from the Braddock Library to the farm and turn around and come back, if that's all you can do. We're not encouraging you to do the whole thing if you're not able to do it. But that is a very good thing to do, to put that disclaimer there that says, please check with your physician first before, consult with your physician before you do any activities. And for our 5K, we will make sure on our registration form, we do have that. And it's not a race, it is a 5K walk.
Okay.
It's not a race. So, but we will make sure that on our registration forms, we do have that, that I have checked with a doctor before I participate. But what we had also planned to do for the 5K, just to tell you a little bit about that, is we plan on having a personal trainer there before people start the 5K, so he can work with them to loosen up. So, a lot of people, you just start walking and, your body hasn't had that chance to loosen up. So we'll have someone there for that. We're looking to have one there to show us how to make some healthy trail mix. So there'll be someone there that's a nutritionist that will help with healthy eating and different things like that. There was one other thing that we were having, and I can't remember right off the top of my head. But we do plan to make sure that this is a safe event, and that individuals, and I think the other thing that we were going to have there is someone there who could do blood pressures and different things like that, so that if your blood pressure is high before you go, then we probably would advise you not to go on the walk. And we did it in September because we figured it would be comfortable enough and not so hot for when people go out. So we're looking at everything, and if we forget something, just give me a call, because sometimes there's so many things going on that there's a little minute details that you forget about.
Absolutely, absolutely, right.
Now, in gathering your data, do you have like goals, like people started here and after this project they ended here, or like?
First of all, the goal is to get on the walk route. And in our office, we work so much until that a lot of times we don't leave the office. We have lunch at our desk and different things like that. So what I just talked with one of my staff persons, and I just said that we have to practice what we preach. If we're telling people to get out there and walk, then we need to be the example. And so at least, even if we have to alternate, but I always like the buddy system, even if we alternate, we need to walk the walk. We're going to talk the talk, we need to walk the walk. And again, you can't do the whole thing. If we got 10 minutes or 15 minutes, we do what we can do in 15 minutes and then come back to the office. So that's what I encourage. I encourage people to do what you can. Do what you can in the beginning, and then make that your goal to do the whole 1.7 miles. Or when you get to the mile, and I think the mile is right about 6th Street. Once you go through, come down Braddock Avenue, down Talbot, down Washington, come back up to 6th Street. I think that's the actual mile there. You've done that mile, then you can walk back to your car. And then in walking back to your car, that's your 2nd mile, so you've done,
So when you started, you might have been able to do a quarter of a mile, but at the end of October, you might have been able to do the whole mile.
That's right, So small steps, small steps.
Right.
We have a video from the National Council of Negro Women of girls who sweat. Can we show the pretty girls sweat?
The National Council of Negro Women, Temple University section, in collaboration with Pretty Girls Sweat, hosted Work It Out, a program about fitness and healthy living, on November 21st, 2013, on the campus of Temple University. Pretty Girl Sweat is a national movement that was established in 2011 to promote healthy eating habits and to get young people involved in organized sports. The program highlighted different tips on how to eat healthy as college students and how to navigate the cafeteria. The highlight of the program was the workout session, where the Pretty Girl Sweat ambassadors conducted an interval workout with the members of the National Council of Negro Women. Members of the National Council of Negro Women, Temple University section, spoke to us about what their idea of fitness is.
Fitness is important for the longevity of your life. You want to make sure that you're here for not only your family, but for yourself. You want to make sure that you're fit and that you're setting an example for your family, your friends, and making sure that you're here to see your kids grow up, because that's the most important thing.
Fitness is important to me. Just being an African-American female, a lot of diseases prevent us from staying healthy and leading to early death. So I like to take care of myself so I can prolong my life.
The two organizations are excited about future collaborations with the hopes of inspiring students at Temple University to live healthier lives and make better choices.
We thought this would be a good little clip that fits right into our subject here.
It actually does, yes.
Yeah.
You talked a little bit about the buddy system, and that, you know, is something that you might want to encourage somebody to walk with them for a short period of time, just to get them out of the office or out of their home, and you now have somewhere really safe to walk. This might be an answer for quite a few individuals.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what we're hoping.
Right.
That we're hoping. And I'm encouraging individuals to use the walk. Not that it's going anywhere, but I just want to make sure that they use it. It's there for us. That's why I wrote and said, please, you know, consider Braddock as an affiliate for this program. Oh, and I just want to also say they are looking for more affiliates. I got an email just, I think it was either today or yesterday, that they're opening it back up again, and they would like individuals that are interested to contact them by September 1st. And what I'll do is I can have them put it on the website for the link so they could get the information to be an affiliate. So if there's some other community that would like to do a walkway, because ours is Braddock's Walkway to Health. There's the opportunity out there to do that.
Wonderful. So we can use your template, like some other community. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's good. That's very good.
It's
that you're
very
willing to
easy.
share.
I'm willing to share. It's very easy. Yes, it's very easy. Great. It was an easy process.
Now, will the streets be blocked off for this walk or not necessarily? Oh, they will.
Oh, they will. Yeah.
Okay.
They will. They would have to be, because if there'll be as many people as I envision and hope, we will need to block the street off for that event.
All right.
Yes. I'm looking at having hundreds of people at our first 5K walk.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Sounds great. Yeah.
You say, think big.
That's right. That's right. Now, did you already talk about the bike project?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
The other thing that we were looking at is a feasibility study to bring a bike trail or walk trail into our area. And this is done through Active Allegheny. And in this grant, I think also this was something that I looked at in 2016, late 2015, early 2016, to do also, this was something that I looked at in, I heard myself.
Feedback.
Feedback. And again, like I said, this was through Active Allegheny, and it was a $50,000 grant that we could apply for. So this is the first time. I haven't written a grant in a while, so I was very surprised that we were able to get the grant. We didn't get the full 50, we got 42, so I thought that was pretty good. But I also, what I think the main thing that assisted us in getting this grant is that I asked 4 other municipalities to join in with us to do this. And so this is Rankin, Braddock, North Braddock, East Pittsburgh, and Turtle Creek. Now, what we've been doing is meeting to find out how we can get this trail to go through all 5 communities equitably. That's the hard part. That really is the hard part. But bar that, what the total vision is that we can connect these trailways to the Gap, to Still Valley Trails, to the Westmoreland Trails. So what what we envision is also Wilkins. What we envision is all this connectedness. And I've done the research to look at the economic growth that happens in trail towns. There are seasonal businesses that come because of that. There are individuals that when they are coming through those trails, they need something to eat. They might want to go to the park and relax and enjoy some things. So that means if we have restaurants and coffee shops, I forgot to mention we're supposed to be getting a crazy mocha. Is that what it's called? We're also supposed to be getting a crazy mocha. So if this brings more people into our communities, and it gives us an opportunity to showcase our community. It may also help us increase the residents within our communities, with all the communities. If they're a young couple and they're looking for activities, we have the Walkway, we have the bike trail, we have the Brew Gentleman, we have an active civic plaza where things can go on in the plaza. There's several restaurants there. They're looking to work on Carey Furnace and expand that. So individuals that are working at Carey Furnace, they can live in these communities. So all of this spawns so much growth. I mean, it's amazing. I'm extremely excited about it. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
Yes.
But it just seems like we're looking for this. And Braddock and all these communities, we need this. And we just have to think outside the box. We got to blow up the box, to coin a phrase that I heard at a conference. You know, because if there's the issue with thinking outside the box, he said, is that there's still a box. So you got to blow up the box and with your ideas. So that's what I'm trying to do in Braddock. Blow up that box and think about all the different things that we can bring into the area that will enhance our area, increase residents, increase businesses, because businesses will come in if they see an active, bustling community. So we would get those businesses to come in. So I'm hoping that with, it's a huge vision, but with all of that, that one grant, it could just explode and have so many things that are going on. And with that, I just want to say we have meetings like every other month right now. The next meeting that we're going to have, I don't know if you can get this, but it's on September 20th at the Turtle Creek Municipal Building, and it's an open house where individuals can come in and we'll have some drawings and some sketches of different routes that we're looking at and then different ideas and schematics as to how we would do the bike routes.
Okay.
So if individuals are avid bikers, that would bring those individuals in. Again, it gives us a more active lifestyle. If they don't have a car, because some people don't have cars, well, if there's industry at the Carey Furnace, well, and I live in Braddock or I live in North Braddock, I can just ride my bike to work. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people ride their bikes to work. So that's what we're trying. That's what we're trying to do, and that's the vision that I see. We got another call.
Oh, okay. Caller, will you say your name and where you're coming from?
Hi,
My name is Mary, and I'm calling from Braddock.
All right. Hi, Mary. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
I just wanted to ask one question about the walk with health walk with. Do that would include going past the community garden and will free vegetables be available for the people that's on the roof?
Well, that would be something that we would have to talk to community gardens about. I don't run that facility. Hi, Mary from the library. I don't have any control over that, but you know what? That's something that we can always ask. Because you figure around about the time as the farmer's market is winding down and they do have some extra vegetables that they haven't sold, we might be able to encourage them to do that.
Or maybe give them a fresh salad during their walk.
That's
Instead of water, a fresh salad.
Well, yeah, that's an idea as well. Thank you for that idea, Mary.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Mary is another person who blows up the box and thinks about things at the Braddock Carnegie Library. She's very active there, and she's a very active member of the Braddock community. So thank you, Mary, for calling in.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Y'all have a great day.
You too. Thank you for your call.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you again. And for our listeners, those who may want some information on how to contact you to be participating in this or to help out with any of the activities that you've been talking about, could you give some of your contact information again?
You can contact me through our website, which is www.braddockborough.com, or you can call at the office. We're there Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 412-271-1018.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we're located at 415 6th Street in Braddock. I forgot to say that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Now, what about if it rains? Do you have like a rain?
Do we have a
indoor or a rain policy or?
No, unfortunately we don't. But I've seen people run in the rain. But no, we don't.
Because we're not the Wicked Witch of the West. We don't melt.
We don't melt. No, we have. We always think that it's always going to be sunshine, so we don't think about rain.
Oh,
but
okay.
we can most likely have a rain date, and that's something that I will take back to the office and say, do we have a rain date scheduled for this? And to make sure that the individuals that we're working with, that rain date will accommodate them as well. So thank you. You guys have some great ideas that I needed to go back with and little things that I need to add to my list. So thank you for that.
Okay, all right.
I know some groups, some walk groups. Now, I don't know how stiff your group wants to be, but some walk groups say no headphones, no cell phones, no. Are you all going to be that stiff, or is it just going to be whatever you want to do, whatever makes you comfortable walking, or?
Well, I think whatever makes you comfortable with walking. But if you're walking as a group, I think it would be more inviting not to have a headset. Because if I see someone with a headset, then to me that's saying, I don't want to have a conversation with you, I don't want to interact with you. But in this type of a group setting, I think it's totally up to the individual. If you're doing it by yourself, then that helps motivate you to get where you need to get. Again, I'm advocating the buddy system, but it's totally up to you. And if the group doesn't have a problem with it, then I don't have a problem with it. I'm very, I'm not rigid. I want people to be able to come and enjoy themselves. I don't want to give them any restrictions, because then they'll say, oh, I don't want to do this because there's too much of this or too much of this. The only thing that I do, I advocate safety. I advocate the thing that I have about headsets is that if you have a headset on and you have it on and it's really, really loud, you're not going to hear traffic behind you. So that's my safety issue, is the only issue that I have about headphones. But if you have the buddy system, and I don't want to make it a restriction where people don't want to do it, but for safety's sake, I guess I'll backtrack on that and say for safety's sake, it's best not to have them. Because there's been a lot of accidents with individuals wearing headphones and not hearing traffic, and getting seriously injured or even fatalities.
Right.
So,
for any of our listeners who may have tuned in late, are there any other healthy activities that are planned for this October or September event?
For our
that's coming up?
September
For your
event?
September event, yeah.
well, again, we're going to have a personal trainer there. And I'm sure he'll have some activities for us to loosen us up. Again, there'll be some cooking activities. And then I think also there might be some other little helpful hints on what can you do. If you're a person that has bad knees, but you'd still like to do some type of exercise, then we would probably have information there for them to do that, to do your chair exercise and different things like that.
Okay.
Like I said, we'll have a nutritionist there, someone there who can help with blood pressure and different things like that. Because again, if your blood pressure is not where we think it should be when you start to walk, then we would suggest that you didn't, and maybe have another type of an activity that you can do at the parking lot there. So those are some different things that we've talked about doing. And even just jump rope.
Oh, okay.
You can just jump rope.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Now, we are the National Council of Negro Women. However, it's up to us to help our men, and we have a clip with men trying to get healthy. Can we see the male wellness clip?
5,000 people walking today for Black male wellness.
It's the health of Black men that encouraged John Gregory to start the National African American Male Wellness Walk 12 years ago in Columbus, Ohio.
We did a research project, and what we did was we had 100 men between the ages of 18 and 30 come every week to get tested. We found out that 90% of those men were sick.
Gregory says most of the diseases plaguing the men in the study and other men were and are preventable. So they created this event as a fun way to bring awareness to those diseases and to offer men a place to get vital health screenings. Pastor Tom Watson heard about what was happening in Ohio and knew it was something that had to be brought to the Big Easy.
When you talk about the general health of the community, without good health, we don't have a good family. Without good health, we don't have a good neighborhood. Without good health, we don't have a good state. So prevention, intervention is the cause, and that's why we're here.
WDSU medical editor Dr. Corey Hebert was the honorary co-chair of the inaugural event, and event organizers expect to become a part of the yearly calendar in New Orleans. The one thing Hebert wanted to stress, though, is that this program is not just about the health of Black men.
Anybody's health problem is everybody's health problem. And if we heal a community, then we can heal it holistically if everybody joins the movement.
Other events are in the works to keep people across the city focused on and serious about their well-being. But Hebert says it's time that everyone take the initiative to take care of their bodies.
You checked your lottery numbers, didn't you? You checked your Instagram hits, didn't you? You need to check your prostate, your cholesterol, and your sugar numbers, because that's where it's really going to make a difference for you and your community.
Awesome.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
So
very
that
true.
Follows right along with what you're
very
talking
true.
about.
Very
Right.
true.
Yeah, this is exactly what you're planning for
Yeah.
Braddock. This is wonderful.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. And if you and what doctors say is 1 or 2 pounds either a week or 1 or 2 pounds a month. You don't want a drastic weight loss. So you just want to, if you just increase your activity, that lowers your weight. You know, just increasing the activity.
Absolutely.
Well, we thank you so much for coming. But before you leave, I know you have an event coming up for the
You have to
NAACP.
put my other hat on.
Yeah.
I'm president of NAACP East Boroughs, and we're having our major fundraiser our Human Rights Dinner on October 16th at the Doubletree Hotel in Monroeville. Now, our theme this year is Phenomenal Women. And I don't know whether he can get that up or not.
It's September?
It's September 16th. We have some excellent women that we've chosen. Khadijah Diggs, Assistant Counsel at the Governor's Office, is our keynote speaker. Some of the ladies, just to name the few ladies that we're honoring, is Marita Garrett from Wilkinsburg. She just, she has a nomination for a mayor. Yeah. Rosemary Crawford. And these are some names that people may know. Some local residents are Dr. Is Elizabeth Harris. We're honoring her because she's a member. Also, we again, like I said, we have some dynamic women that are doing things, and we just want to recognize them. Flora Jackson, who also is a member and was one of the founding presidents or founding member of this.
Founded this section.
Founded this section. Mm-hmm. We're honoring her as well. And there's just so many others. Ms. Jenkins from McKeesport, Tiffany Hayward that works with Youth Works and Goodwill. So there's a lot of women that we want to recognize for the work that they do in the area.
And that date again is?
It's September 16th, Doubletree Hotel from 5 to 8 p.m. And we'll look forward to seeing you all there.
Okay. And thank you so much for coming, a member.
Yes.
So all of our members are trying to do something.
Yes.
And we'll see. Thank you all for joining, all of you who called.
Yes.
And all of you who just watched.
And I appreciate, and Braddock appreciates, because every little thing that promotes Braddock in a positive light is what we want to do.
Absolutely.
And I'm so happy that our offices are located in Braddock.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Okay. And thank you, and we'll see you next time.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move.